Hey everyone, Jerry here and welcome back to episode 3 of our Let's Play of OpenTTD. Today we're gonna continue a bit along the lines we had before. We just got this goods train in here, picking up newly produced stuff from new iron of mine. Anyway, as I was saying, this goods train we built last time here is now finally picking up some stuff from the factory here, which has actually produced some stuff. We're still gonna need to get a few more deliveries, or at least one more delivery in to fill it up. As you can see, one train here put it to 76%. So once this guy stops being broken, then we might get to see this train actually going down to make some money for us. In the meantime, this little town here, I actually quite like it. It's nice and pretty, although it has way too many roads going everywhere in it. The reason I say there's too many roads is that basically some of the buildings require several squares in order to build, and having like this thing isolated in a 1x1 area, that's a bit too small in order for the city to expand properly. It also makes it a bit harder to like put in vehicles and such. So what I'm thinking is that we might actually set up use some vehicles to actually transport a bit of the excess goods that we produce here, because I reckon we'll eventually start hooking up all these other farms around to this factory here and have it produce just a absolute massive amounts of goods. And then we might as well have a bit of outlet here to get like a constant trickle of money coming in. So what I'm gonna do if this city allows me to, then I'm gonna delete. Nope. They don't allow me to do anything. Okay, time to put on the trees again, I guess. There is a strange thing about trees in this game, and that is cities absolutely love trees. Like, they really love trees. So if you're not allowed to like alter the city, it might just be because it's a very central road, I don't know. Let's see if I can break this one. No. Okay, so we're gonna have to try and plant some trees. Now, trees of random type. As if we look at the local authority here, they consider us to be a very good company rating. So let's see if we can improve a bit on that by planting some trees here. See, so suddenly we are allowed to make a large advertising campaign here in the town. That's not due to us having enough money for it, but it's because they like us more by planting all these trees we just did. So basically, being a tree hugger allows you to. I still can't do that, but at least they allowed the large advertising campaign, so that's a step in the right direction. Don't know how many more trees I need to plant in order to make them love me, but let's try a couple more. How many can we afford? Ah, plenty. And now they suddenly don't like us anymore again. What the hell? One last try. Nah, okay, fuck, screw that town. Another thing, now that we apparently can't make them actually plan their town out better, we can expand upon it ourselves. I mean that, for instance, if we want them to expand this direction, we can build a nice road here for them, and they'll expand along the lines of that. Now, town expansion has to do everything to do with goods being delivered and like transported around the town. So for every time a train or a car or anything arrives at a station that's considered belonging to the town, like this one is, as you see, Buntingford East here, that registers as like business for the town. So if we can get a lot of business for the town, then the town will grow a lot faster. And now, as we can see, this train is actually on its way. So I'm just going to put the other thought on hold there for a second and follow this one down here so we can actually see how much money we make from our goods. Enjoy the music here for a bit. Speaking of the music, one thing that I feel I should point out is that I'm using the original like graphics and sound from the from Tycoon Deluxe, all the way back in whenever it came out in the 90s. The OpenTTD you can download supports these if you have an original Tycoon Deluxe CD. Otherwise, or installation for that matter. But Otherwise, you might have to use their open graphics and open sounds, which are new stuff created by the fans of the game for public use, and they're free. They work exactly the same way, they just look a bit different. But I've always liked this original look of the game, so... And since I had the original game, well, might as well use it. So yeah, as we saw here, this train produced something like 17,000. It's of course had some running costs and such, so... But yeah, that's a good bit of money for... Considering that we only needed to build one station and actually can make extra money out of this that we're already doing here. As you can see now, there's a ton of goods here waiting to be picked up because we have three trains delivering stuff, but only one train taking it away. Anyway, those road vehicles I was mentioning, let's get them set up here. Now, we want to run parallel tracks here as well, so the bridge that I'm building here, I'm actually going to make it a bit longer than we need to, and it's a road bridge, yeah. Cantilever steel. I know it's the most ugly bridge there is, but it's also the one that is future-proof and that will allow us to run high-speed vehicles on it once we actually get those. So, okay, in terms of station, I think I'm going to build it a bit out to this side here. So we'll do it like this, then we'll have a depot going right here, and a lorry station there. Now this is a very short route, so it's gonna be pretty shit in terms of money, but it will help the city grow to become larger. I'm actually gonna put it over. You know what? I've had it with this town. Fuck this town. Okay, they don't get the goods. Fine. They can fucking take care of themselves. How about you guys down here? Do you want the goods? Accepts mail, goods, and can I actually build? Yes. Alright, these guys get the business. It's gonna make more money for us anyway, so... Screw that other town, we're going for these guys. We like these guys. Bahatan Springs. They have a shitty name though. There. There we go. Alright, this is gonna be our road vehicle path here. We put a depot there, let's just put it there. Now, road vehicles are really the, they're the easy solution. They're very easy to set up. You just build one vehicle here. Goods truck. We say go to here. Tell it to go full load. And then we go down here. And then we clone this vehicle a couple of times. Let's say, let's do 4 for now. And this little button here will allow us to send them all off at once. Alright, so now they're working. And this one is close enough that it accepts these things. That means it'll also deposit goods here once it realizes that people are picking up and it actually starts producing again. So once the next train delivery comes, that should be golden. Now these guys, as you can see, that we're even with 3 trains running in, like, constantly running, we're only getting like about 70% transported. They still have an excess of livestock. So we might need to get the other couple of trains we have here and put an extra livestock van on them as well. This one has one. This one's coming in with some goods now. That's good. Now there's one quick thing I want to do here before we continue, and that is this junction here was... I didn't make it too well, mainly because if we ever want the this section of rail here down here to ever be able to turn left, then we're gonna need to redesign it so that this section up here must remove signals first. Okay, let's just remove those signals then. If we ever want this thing to be able to turn left when coming up here, then we need to convert the signals so they're going this way around, or the tracks. It's a bit more inconvenient for the train, in that it needs to travel a bit long on this stretch, but once we get this, or once we have this incoming line here, then we can make a bridge over here, like have it go out left here, make a bridge over, and then it can go right into, so it continues along this direction. But we're not going to worry about that right now. It's just something to keep in mind. So now this one is slightly more intelligently designed. The whole very narrow turn here is not the best for speed, but since the trains have barely had a chance to pull up. Oh, I'm an idiot. There we go. Since the trains haven't really had a chance to pick up speed yet, it shouldn't matter too much. And besides, it's gonna need to climb over the bridge as well. Now this town, you guys suck. You're a big town, yeah, but you suck. Okay. We actually have a bit of money and we can start. Yeah, let's just repair a bit of our loan here. 50,000. Okay, so each of these road vehicles your lorries are making about 481 per trip. It's a very short route, but at least we get to transport a bit more of the goods away from the factory. Now let's see. I kind of want to keep focusing on the goods here, so if we... These farms aren't producing too much grain, but they do have a bit of livestock on them. Now, if we are to hook these up, it would probably make sense to do them like connect them down here and then have a track going up here with stations coming out, or one station at least, branching off there. This also has a power plant nearby, so it would make sense, I guess, to try and get the station over here so it can cover both the power plant and we have a place to actually drop off coal if we find a coal mine somewhere. So yeah, let's get started on that. Now, if we want to make it 6 long, then we have to start here and there. Okay, now I'm not a big fan of having the drop right here, so I'm actually going to sacrifice a bit of money to extend this out just a bit. Then we can make our usual cross section here. If I didn't suck placing these rails. We don't need that one. Okay. Now, let's just put the signals in here immediately. Then we have that thing sorted at least. And we need another station up here. Now this one, there are no other industries nearby, so we can just put it down here. 6 long. Supplies, grain, livestock. Maybe we don't have the money because it's on fucking farmland. Alright. Let's take our loan again. I mean, repaying the loan is a nice thing to do eventually, but it's still... The interest rate is so low that it's not really worth it to just try and keep the loan down. Especially if that sort of thing prevents you from making money. Okay, now I need to really stop sucking and laying these tracks, otherwise this is going to be a very long episode if we have to finish this. And the trees are in the way again. There. There we go. Okay. Signals, let's get them in. We have the block signals in front, and then we use path signals for the actual incoming train lines here. There we go. Okay, now we can connect these two together. So what I'm thinking is that we'll basically do a junction down here, which allows us to only turn one direction, because we don't need to go this way yet. But, and do I see any coal mines up here? No, I don't. So, yeah, that doesn't really matter for now, at least. Okay, so the trains that are coming from here need to go. So we'll have a branch going out there. And just quickly path it off. Then we need a way for trains to come this way down and then come into this line here. So we'll need to make a bridge across. I'm doing this, I'm not being very space efficient here, I must admit, but space efficiency is sometimes not the best thing, because that means the trains have to slow down to a right crawl. Don't want to... Okay. Basically, when you control click, you can normally remove stuff again, and you activate the bulldozer, but when it's signals, it actually cycles through the various signals types. So that's not the most optimal. Now, let's see, this is on a hill, so we have to climb this hill somehow. Unless, of course, we take this track down here, cross over the lower section here, and then we can have the branch only climb the last bit here. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so if we... Why do I keep doing that? Okay, there we go. No, I wanted... Yeah, there. So we'll just go have this go over here, up there. Flatten this bit out. And then we can move these tracks a bit past here. Now, we need to make a junction for these, so that they can turn properly. And just to avoid confusing myself here, I'm just gonna quickly put in signals here, say, okay, this, and this one goes that way. There we go, now I can easily tell. So we want this one here to cross over and actually connect to the other side. So I'm gonna be a bit tricky here and actually do this, because then we can have the track coming out here and then onto a bridge over, and we won't actually have to like make it go down and uphill again. There. Now, that's brilliant because it's a perfectly straight line here. So now we can just merge these two together. We'll have to remove the signal again here because that's in the way, but at least we know that it's the right track that's connected now. And quickly put in some signals here. There we go. Now the other one is very straightforward, and that we just need to take it out here and bam, done. With the exception of the signals. There we go. Okay, now I have two stations here, both of them connected to the to this line here. Now I just need to take this line and these and merge them together, which should be a piece of cake, really. Let's bring these two in line so they're close together, and then we can, let's see, these, yeah, here. There we go, and this one, and remove that. And the same goes down here. This one one tile further out. So we have them on the corner tracks here on separate tiles. And now we can finish off the signal putting. There we go. And just need this bit of this stretch here. There we are. Now we can put in depots here. Now the trains are coming this way, so we want a depot like there, and they're coming this way, so we want a depot right in the field here. Anyway, we can afford it. Kinda. Now we got these two extra farms here hooked up. Once we start picking up stuff from them, their production should actually increase, because, well, if factories, their production slowly decreases until basically it's no longer well, let's try that again. Factories, they start off with a certain base production, and then they either go up or down. Generally, if you transport their stuff away from them and they actually start making money, their production will increase, whereas the longer they're left without anything transporting their goods, they're gonna end up not producing anything and closing before too long. So anyway, I'm gonna actually just sit here and wait a bit for the money to roll in, and then in the next episode we'll set up some more trains and hopefully add some more cars to these trains for the first farm here, so we can actually squeeze a bit more money out of that. Until next time, I'm Jerry, and this is OpenTTD.